Welcome to the channel. It's the MMA guy. Today I just wanted to do a video about the GOAT conversation because I feel like so many people. I did a video on Nate Diaz not that long ago, and people took it the wrong way. I got like thousands of views on that one, and people were like, "Yo, man, you're disrespecting a legend." And it's like, no, I just wanted to put things in perspective with nowadays' fighter, okay? Because it should always be above caliber, above defenses, okay, guys? First thing first, Sean O'Malley beating Sung Yudong would be a better win than a title win. Than his title, Cheeto title win, okay? Which he has. Oh, Sean O'Malley has a one title defense. He's a champion. That guy has never been a champion. Okay, if he has beaten better level competition, but he stays a contender. For example, Arman Tsarukyan has never been the interim champ, but he has a win over Charles Oliveira. He has now he's beaten Dan Hooker, which is a good win on Dustin's resume. Like, dude, he's pretty much there with Dustin in terms of caliber. He's probably like obviously we know that Arman Tsarukyan is a better fighter than Dustin Poirier, but when it comes to GOAT like resume, he's either past him or he's about to. He probably passes him because he's beaten Charles Oliveira, which is a much better win than anything Dustin has. Besides that, you have like for example, like Usman's win over Joaquin Buckley is way better than his win over Masvidal because Joaquin Buckley is better than Masvidal. It's that simple, guys. It's like, dude, 20 title defense against Matt Serra level fighter versus two wins against Buckley level fighters. You have Buckley. Do you think that Buckley with his 76-inch reach would go with Matt Serra with his 68-inch reach, who's 5'6", and Buckley used to be a middleweight? Can you imagine them in the cage together? Let's go, dude. Buckley's gonna put a whooping on that guy. Like, realistically, Wonderboy Thompson would absolutely destroy Matt Serra. Okay, that GSP title defense against Matt Serra is kind of pointless because of that. Like I mean, it keeps you accomplished, and I respect it. And you have title defenses, but how much are we counting that toward GOAT status? That the fact that you got a title win? Nah, man, he's got 7 title defense. Okay, but that one's fraudulent. Like, that one would never count as a title defense nowadays. That guy would never be close to the top 15 at welterweight nowadays. So what happens there? Anyways, you have Peter Yan beating Figgy. That's a better win than Sean's Cheeto win. Michael Morales' Brady win is way better than Usman's Masvidal win. His Buckley win is better than his Masvidal win. Not all title defenses are equal either. But you have so many like Protis, first round KOing Geoff Neal. That's way better than GSP's Matt Serra title win and everything. I also want to talk about that because I've already touched about it. Many old eras win are kind of pointless. And I mean that respectfully. Okay? Because I think people think I disrespect the sport. And I would not disrespect the old vets and stuff. But the thing is that, and GSP's like a hometown hero where I live. Okay? But I'm being objective. I'm not discrediting his career. He has phenomenal wins. He has a win against John Fitz. John Fitz was 14-1 in the UFC. And he does have good name on his resume for that era. So that's good. I think he's beaten Carlos Condit, I think. I know GSP has beaten him fairly handedly at that close moment. But besides that, he controlled him the whole time. I mean, consecutive wins. He has a win at 85 against Bisping, who had just beaten Luke Rockhold, who was still the man at the time. So, you're talking about, when I rewatched the Hendricks fight, I think that he won that. Because you can't count damage, like, let's say he's busted up in the first round, and then you bust him up in, the second round. Okay? Well, now he's damaged. Okay? If he outstrikes you, are you still, is the damage still counting? If there's nothing that's reopened, or, are we still counting everything toward damage? If so, that's bullshit. How can you win if you have a cut? You know what I mean? So when you look at it like that, I think he's better. I think that Matt Serra win. it's like a fart in the wind, in the sense that when you look at the GOAT list, the GOAT conversation, and the level of opposition that you fought that put you there, it should always be about, it's about, look, yeah, it's about determining who the greatest fighter is, not the most accomplished. Accomplishments show greatness, though, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be an accomplishment. But nowadays, beating Matt Serra would never be considered an accomplishment in that division. Okay? Like, you're talking about a guy that's the same size as like a featherweight who's fighting at 170. Put him in there with Carlos Prates. Let's see. 68-inch reach against 76, like against GSP, but GSP doesn't have that same power. He had to grapple. He got cut early. That's fine. Happens to the best of us. But like, and I'm not even using that against him. Like, getting caught, that's okay. You can get caught like once, and then after that, your career. Makachev, it happened with Adriano Martins. Um, you know, it's happened to the best. It happens to DJ in one. Against a guy who ended up losing his fight afterward, who's not all that in the end. An injury, Adriano, something else. Yeah. But look at DJ's Kyoji Origuchi win. This dude just went and beat a big-ass Dagestani flyweight. Who was a prospect at this point. Was number 9 ranked, and he submitted him. Okay? Off of a big knee. Like, you're talking about, that's a win that aged phenomenally. And DJ submitted that guy. So it shows you, DJ nowadays would probably whoop these guys. Still. Okay? Except when you take a look at like Pantoja and stuff. That's like level of competition that would be in similar range to Pantoja, to Demetrius Johnson. Okay? Like, most of these other guys would more than likely get whooped by DJ. In terms of prime DJ was in the era. That's what matters in the GOAT conversation. Because if you want to say, oh, who's the most accomplished, just look up title defenses and then you're done, okay? We don't care about that. No one gives a flip about that, man. Okay? Like, oh, who's the most title defense? Oh my god, Usman had like 5 title defense. I don't even know. 4 or 5 title defenses. He defended against Colby twice. Or did he win it against... No, he won it against Woodley. Then defended it against Colby, Masvidal, Burns. Yeah, so he has like 5 title defenses. Okay. Twice the same opponent. Dude, those should count as one. Title defense. Why are you fighting the same person for the title back to back like that? Stupid stuff. Immediate second title shot, or like, oh, he goes to beat Masvidal and then he gets another title shot or something. It's like, dude, okay, buddy. Those are not crazy. Like, the second that you beat, so now let's just say, even for that sake, okay, we look at Usman's resume. So he has 2 wins against Colby, 2 wins against Masvidal, and a wins against Burn. Okay, if like all of those guys that I'm looking at, from what we've gathered, okay, from Leon being thrown on his head by Belal and losing to him, from Belal beating Burns. Granted, Burns got an injury during the fight. From Belal being a title older compared to Colby, who's never done anything and doesn't really have a crazy resume. Like, he's had these wars with Usman, so he's done something for sure. But I'm just saying, that's the only thing that he's had on his resume that's insane. Like, the Woodley kind of washed wins, because after that he ended up getting submitted by Luque. He lost to Gilbert Burns as well. It's hard to see where that version of Woodley would really beat an old version of Robbie Lawler. He beat RDA, which Leon also beat. Leon beat Colby as well. So you have like, okay, Belal's kind of better than all those guys. And then you have JDM who whoops Belal. It's kind of fair to assume that JDM is probably better than Masvidal has ever been? Because he has a win over Gilbert Burns as well with a broken hand. He has a win over Bilal as well. Like KO'd Randy Brown, submitted him submitted him. He has good wins overall, and he's never lost in the UFC before that. All these guys were kind of like, well, Colby Covington was one of those like undefeated guys like that, but doesn't have the same threat on the feet, and his grappling is, it's not that crazy because he got whooped by Buckley right after. Okay, so when you look at that, you look at Islam's resume, and JDM's a better win than all of those guys. Undefeated champ that he's beaten, destroyed him, easy 50-45, easiest 50-45 I've ever seen. It would be besides Amzat's DDP win, which pretty much the same level of dominance. And then, so like, if Islam beats a guy like Michael Morales, who we also know is better than those guys, he's just going to need 2 title defenses to overtake Usman. It's really that simple. Like, you can talk about it all you want, but the reality is that 2 times he's shown on a consistent level, he's shown, because there's a pattern. A pattern is identified after at least 2 times, okay? And with 2 title defenses at that level, we can now say, okay, Islam is better than those guys. Like, the level of competition that he's fought was better. He beat them more dominantly. Therefore, he is better. And he's done it twice. And now he's 35. So obviously, if he has to do it like, if he has to defend the title 5 times as well to be considered as great as him, then we're all missing the point. The point is that off of that, when you take a prime Islam and you take a prime Usman, you should be able to say, okay, well, the level of competition that he's fought was better. Therefore, if they ended up meeting, he should probably be able to beat him as well because he's beaten better level of competition, Simple as that. And that's the way that we should look at the GOAT list. So I don't want to hear, so if I talk about, let's say, GOAT list, and I make a video on the GOAT list and this and this and that, and someone's like, dude, are you saying like, you think, dude, Peter Yan doesn't have 3 title defense, he's not as great as Dominic Cruz. Okay, put them in the cage. The version of Peter Yan that just beat Merab Dvalishvili, put him in a cage with Dominic Cruz. Who do you think wins that fight? Man, Dominic Cruz, man, he's tricky, man. Pop, 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 and then shoot for a takedown, man. Okay, buddy. Okay, all right, sure. And I'm not saying that as a way to discredit Dominic Cruz's work. I'm just saying, like, this is what it's about. Like, I want to figure out who the greatest fighters are, not who the most accomplished. I just have to look up at the accomplishment list to know that. I want caliber, level of competition is all that matters. Level of competition is always going to be a better metric to see who the greatest is than number of title defenses, okay? It's really that simple at the end of the day. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like the video. Comment. Let me know what you guys think with this approach for the GOAT list, because I feel like else it's just, well, the accomplishment, and he has 7 title defense, and this guy has 8, therefore the guy who has 8 is greater. Okay, but if he's like defended, or like, Randy Couture is a double champ, and I shout out Randy Couture, legend of the sport, absolutely, and I'll listen to him commentate on sports and all of that. When sometimes he does the PFL commentary, and I'm like, oh shit, that's Randy Couture, that's crazy. But like, if I'm not able to say that Randy Couture would beat Cyril Gane in a fight, or that his level of competition that he's beaten is better than Cyril Gane's, which I'm not saying it, like, I'm not even comparing both. I'm just saying that as a way to make you understand the point. Or like Tom Aspinall's. Tom Aspinall has better level of competition, so it's simpler. If I'm not able to say that Randy Couture has beaten a higher level of competition than Tom Aspinall as, then I'm not going to say that he's greater. If I don't believe that Randy Couture would beat Tom Aspinall in a fight based on their accomplishment, not based on me like glazing, thinking, oh my god, this guy is so great and I love the way that he fight. I don't care, okay? Boom. Put them in the cage. Who do I genuinely think won? If I could put them both with a betting simulator, who would be a betting favorite, prime to prime? Okay, that guy is greater than that guy. That's that. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel.